just so I'm clear, as far as the kidnap's concerned, you are not aware that Nathan was planning to do that on that day? Okay. How do I know that you weren't involved?
Again, I shouldn't have any DNA reason to be involved, and again, especially with my past, to think that I could allow harm to come to somebody else like that is highly unlikely. And again, the fact that, as far as I knew, he was, changing, he wasn't as violent anymore, and he was going to sort the house out, and we were talking about, I'm carrying his children. I didn't. To think that I would know. Sorry.
No. Take a moment, that's right. It's all right.
Again, it's just more of, I couldn't even look at him to think that he'd be like that, even if he had those thoughts, let alone to actually carry them out, to know that at any moment I could have walked in and think.
Because I suppose the thing is, from someone outside looking in, is that what he's saying is he's gone to the address with an intent to kidnap her.
Okay.
And it's been quite convenient that you're at the garden having a cigarette and he's doing what he's doing.
Yes.
Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
And someone might say, well, hold on a minute, she'd have to know.
Yeah.
There's no way he could do that, or take those items, take some stuff with him, and the intent to go there without you knowing. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to make,
Again, the car, I didn't see anything in the car. Again, like I was saying to my solicitor, I didn't look in the boot. I wouldn't look in the boot. It would be more unusual for me to look in the boot. I'm not sure if this was like a big planned thing or if it was a big convenience. I turned around and said, I've had a really bad night. Can I have a fag when I get to Angie's? He said yes, and then he saw an opportunity. Or if he was planning it for months, I don't know.
No, and if you don't know, you don't know, but
I'm not sure. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure if he would have sent me to the shop later on if I didn't happen to go out for a fag, or I'm not sure.
Okay. At any time, were you concerned about leaving him on his own in the house with Becky?
No.
There's never been any previous occasions where he's been his behaviour towards her has been a bit, say, inappropriate or odd or violent?
No.
Never?
Not to my knowledge, ever.
Okay. Has he ever said he's interested in kidnapping anyone, or have you seen him go on any websites or anything at all? I mean, where has this come from?
I have no idea. The only kind of violent things he's ever said is he's got a thing about, again, I didn't take him seriously. If the shops annoyed him for some reason, or if they've, he's got angry that I picked up on the shop. Never done it to my knowledge. But he's never mentioned kidnapping somebody or killing. Obviously he said, I may kill him, but not in a way of actually saying, I'm going to go out and murder this person. So again, I'm not sure if he's just kind of lost his marbles or if he's just deeply disturbed without anybody knowing. Again, I thought he was completely normal. He seemed obviously violent, but reasonably normal. He'd never mentioned wanting to do anything to anybody else, really, or anything like that. Again, I'd only ever seen him be violent towards me. He'd never been violent towards anybody else that I'd ever known of.
Okay.
So I didn't think he was.
Okay. I suppose the question is, why Becky?
I don't know. Again, I knew they didn't particularly like each other. I wouldn't say they hated each other. I'd never seen them have an argument. Obviously, she'd make kind of remarks to Angie about Nathan being, horrible, or, you favourite Nathan. Nathan had made remarks to Angie, why is Becky getting more money? She already owes you loads of money, that kind of thing. But over the past couple of weeks. Like I said, I thought they were getting on a bit better. I wouldn't say they were friends or anything like that, but they were getting on a bit better. Again, they were kind of moaning about Darren because they both didn't particularly like him most of the time. So to my knowledge, it was better than what it was before.
Right.
Again, he didn't make any remarks about her annoying him any time in between that. So I assumed that everything was okay between them. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know if it was just some sort of like sick thing he had in his head and it was just convenience, or if he actually planned specifically, for months I'm going to do this to her. I don't know.
No.
Again, he seemed
because basically, Shauna, what you've got to do is prove that you're not involved in this.
Yes.
So when I'm asking you these questions, always bear that in mind, because that's what you need to do now.
Okay.
Okay. Because at this moment in time, we've still got this position where you are you are in the house. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, is there anything at all that's going to help you? You must tell us now. Anything at all?
I don't know if it's relevant in the slightest. I'm not sure if it was on the Monday the 26th that we went to my mum's. We didn't take his car home. Nathan had a drink. So we called it up one of his friends. I don't know which friend it was. I don't think I'd ever seen him before. To come and pick us up.
Yeah.
And he drove us all home. Obviously I got out and Nathan stayed in the car for a little bit chatting. I don't know what time we came back in the house.
Okay.
Again, I don't know if that's relevant to anything or not, but...
Well, I think in fairness, everything is relevant.
Okay.
Alright, so that's why I say it's really important that you tell us everything.
Yeah.
So even if you think that isn't important or that's not relevant, it could be.
Okay.
And it's better for us to know than for you not to say. Okay, but obviously you take your legal advice. We can't force you to say anything you don't want to. But what I'm being clear, and I hope I'm being clear to you, is that we need to either prove that you were involved or you weren't involved. And if we don't know information you're not telling us, we can't act on that information. All right. So I thank you for telling us about that. All right. Anything else at all?
Made a couple of calls before that and went outside to make the calls, but I assumed it was to the person who was getting a lift home from.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm assuming you're aware. On my phone, I have an app. I can't think what's called A something, and it records all my phone calls.
Right.
I'm not sure if obviously you were aware of that. So all you have to do is, if you click on it, you can listen to all the phone calls, which obviously you have to listen carefully because you can hear the person talking, but on the other line, it's quite quiet, but you can still hear them as well.
Right.
So if he has any help and he's rang anyone, you'd be able to hear.
So it's your phone, so just clear. Your phone,
Yes.
okay. And do you don't know your phone number, do you?
I don't.
No. And how many, is it one phone that you have, or?
I only have one phone.
You have one phone, but you share the phones, is that right?
Yeah, he has his phone, which he does occasionally use, but he rarely gets signal, so most of the time it's on my phone, we both use.
Okay, and is Nathan aware of this?
Yes.
So he would know that it's been recorded, or?
Yes, if he remembers or not, I don't know.
Right.
Because I've had it on there for a very long time.
So it's still on, is it, the app? So he may have not remembered that this app's still on, and